on Facebook, I believe, and I am also live on Instagram. That's my new thing now. I'm doing Instagram, but I'm not sure if it's sustainable because I tried to do a fancy I've tried to do a fancy background, but it's backfired on me because it's all gone funny and I don't know how to change the background. I've got the green screen. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Tidy. Take the background off. Has that worked? There, well, I got the background off. Okay. Right. So that noise. So hello. Right, Olivia's here. I've received your book today, signed, and a note. That's going to be worth money. That is going to be worth money, Kim. I tell you, when I'm famous, that book, signed copy, first. Actually, it's not first. It's second edition, Kim. It's a second edition, I believe. I don't think it is. I've read it and highly recommend you. That is the publicity we need. We've got publicity for the book there. If I could like that, can I like it? Oh God, sorry. I tried to like it and I've been asked to report you, Kim. I'm not going to report you. I'm going to put that there. Boom. Thank you, Kim. Glad you like the book. I hope the audio is okay on Instagram because I haven't got any sort of microphone. And I was upset to find out last week the audio was better on Instagram than on Facebook when I've got this big thing and it's got suspension and everything. So how can the audio have been better on Instagram where I've got nothing? I have got those earpieces somewhere. Here they are, which I can facilitate if needs be. So they are standing by. Everything's standing by and we're ready to go. Olivia, I'm here. Good evening to you. I hope you and yours are well. Ah, yes, here you are. Ah, yes, here you are. I like this camera angle. Do you like it? And also, do you like the background? Professional Instagram people can't see that. Dare I show you? Check this out. It's reversed on Instagram. That's the problem. It's reversed, and it says Facebook Live. So I didn't want to upset Instagram people with Facebook Live, but I might have to change that. But I've been watching YouTubers, and that's the sort of thing they do. They have a TV in the background with something on it. So, you know, when in Rome. Whew, right. Good start. It's a good start. It's good on Instagram. Is it good on it? It's amazing. I should listen back to it on Instagram. That's amazing. Who needs fancy microphones, eh? Right. Good evening and welcome to what is sure to be a fun-packed show on the live Q&A. If you've got any questions, please God ask them because I've only got a few. So feel free to chip in. But don't worry, I will string it out if needs be. Not a problem. I can string these ones out. So just comment on Instagram and comment on Facebook. Well, that's probably the only two things. What's next? What else can we do? What other live? Twitter. We can do a Twitter. What is it? Periscope. Is it still called Periscope? Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll keep it like this. So I'm going to kick it off, if you don't mind, with the question 3. Why does it say 3? 3. Is that me? Is that 3? So does that mean is that 1? No, it says there's 3. What is 3? Okay. Do you see 3? Anyway, I'm talking about the Facebook guys. Sorry, it says 3 on Facebook. Angela says evening. Hi, JJ says Sheridan. Hi, Sheridan. Lost my question, which was, can you? So this patient has sent me a photo of a tattoo. I actually asked her, Wendy and Christian are here. Good to see you. All over. I asked her if I could use a photo, and she didn't answer, so I better not. But let me describe it anyway. It's a big tattoo here. It's a big tattoo here. Well, you could argue it's not that big. It's a tattoo. Let's just say it's a tattoo because it's all. I've got subtitles. Yeah, it's all relative, and it's not actually. In terms of, you know, it's not that big, but it's sort of like covers the whole width of the wrist, and it's sort of circular in shape. And the answer was, I mean, the thing about tattoos is 2 things. First of all, size. Obviously, big tattoos more difficult than small tattoos, but also, well, actually 3 things. Just thought of another one. So, but also shape. So shape is important. So if it's a big, long, thin tattoo, then that might be favorable. That's a favorable shape, long, thin, because you can cut it. out and stitch it up. If it's round, that's unfavorable. So volume of tattoo wise, it might be the same volume, but it's a shape. So so size, shape, and also location. That's the third thing. So there are three things. Did I say two? Three things. So because a big tattoo in a place where there's lots of laxity, like the tummy, you can remove a big tattoo from the tummy because there's, you know, you can cut out a big area there, and whereas a small tattoo on a place where there's not much laxity, classic being the hand, fingers, little tattoo on the finger, really hard because the skin's really tight there. And you might say, well, the skin's not tight there. Skin's not tight. Got loads of. Because I often say pinch it, and if you pinch it, look, I can pinch a load. The problem is you pinch a load, but then you make a fist. You can't pinch anymore because you've got to be able to make a fist. You've got to be able to move. So if you cut out a big wide thing from the hand, and then you go home and then you pick up an orange and the wound opens up. So so you've got to be careful about this, the position of it, and also you've got to realize how much laxity of the skin there is there. So it's oh, I got a lot of wave. This is good. I like the Instagram wave. So this one's here. So size wise is sort of average, I guess, in terms of size, but shape is not good because it's sort of round, and location's really bad. I'm sorry to say, this part of the wrist is worse than this part. There's a bit of laxity here, less laxity here. There's a couple of problems with this. Number one is, yes, laxity, but number two is the fact that leaving scars here. Now, if you leave a scar like that, it doesn't too bad, but if you leave a scar like that, it can have a stigma of self-harm. So if you have a scar like that, people might think that it's a self-harm scar. So that's something to be wary about. People may feel stigmatized by having scars that way on their wrist. That way it can look like you've broken your arm. So not a great place for a scar anyway, but also this one too big, and there's no way I could take all that skin off. So that was actually unsuitable, whereas someone with a bigger tattoo might have been suitable if it was in an area of more skin laxity. So big round tattoo here, really bad, and not suitable for excision. So terribly sorry about that. But it was black, so maybe laser might help. Laser struggles with the colored inks, but black, maybe it will help with that. So yeah, terribly sorry. Sorry I can't show you the picture, but take my word for it. It was a big round one here. So we got stuff going on. What? Yes, I see 3. Yeah, I see 3 as well. God knows why it says 3 there. Geez, it's bad enough just getting this up and running, people. I can't get rid of the 3. Instagram, go and have a look at Facebook. Sometime you'll see a 3. In fact, don't bother. It just says 3 on the screen. It's, I don't know why it does that. Anyway, let's be professional, pretend it's not there. And I got subtitles. You bet I got subtitles, but they're a bit annoying, aren't they? So I'm going to turn them off in a minute. But please comment. Instagram, the subtitles say, please comment and share. Kim's asked a question on Instagram. That's what we want to see. We got, look at that. I knew this would happen. I said, don't worry, we haven't got many questions. We're going to get some on the night. I said, and I was right. I'm going to delete that thing running along the bottom. Oh, and I'm going to delete that. And we just left with a 3. Why is that? Have I done that? Have I somehow put a 3 on the screen? What are all these? What are all these? No, anyway. How have I done that? Edit appearance? No. Anyway, no, not a problem, not a problem. I don't know why it says a 3. I wouldn't know how I could get it to say 3, even if I wanted to. Anyway, come on, guys, we're professionals, and we're going to just get on with the questions, because what we got going on is Joe's got a question. So Joe says, and I can see Kim and family got a question too, which is awesome. Joe on Facebook, just which is over here. If you have a breast lift, is there any way to ensure small scars, and how is symmetry measured? Would you do uplift and implants at the same time? So good question, Joe. Well, Joe, everyone wants small scars. So breast lift, there's pretty much always a scar around the nipple, given. I don't think you can lift the breast without making a scar around the nipple, because you usually have to lift the nipple. So that's a given, scar around the nipple. Next is scar going straight down. So most types of breast lift, and certainly in my hat, some people do a breast lift with just a scar around the nipple, circumareolar lift, also known as a Benelli lift. I don't do that. I don't think it gives a good lift. So I will always do another scar, which will be a circle, and then a vertical scar, which is known as a lollipop lift or a circumvertical. And then the next is the horizontal scar. And so everybody wants less scarring. So people say, well, can I not have a horizontal scar, or can I have a shorter horizontal scar? So I usually try and do a short horizontal scar. So you try and make the scar as short as possible, but the shorter the scar, the less skin you can take out in an up-down direction, you know, when you're doing a lift. So it depends on how much skin you've got. If you look at a side view, if you've got a lot of extra skin, if you've got a big droop, a lot of extra skin, that scar might have to be longer to give a better lift, because obviously you want a good lift. You don't want to have less scarring and not a good lift, because let's face it, you can have no scarring and have no lift, but you know, no lift, no scarring. So it's often a balance. So we always ensure to give you as small scars as possible, but and we can give you an idea beforehand, but less scars mean less of a result. And often if the scar's sitting nicely in the fold, you can't see it. So it's usually not a problem, but it is something to be aware of. How is symmetry measured? Now that's a good question. How is symmetry measured? And I think the way you're asking that suggests that you think that symmetry is measured, and suggests that you think that this is somehow some kind of a science here, but it isn't a science, and symmetry is not measured, and we don't really. It's a, you know, we often say plastic surgery is an art, not a science. You know, and it's measured by eye, and it's measured by feel, and you know, and it's difficult with people. I mean, you know, usually if you're talking about an asymmetry and one's a bit bigger than the other, so then we have to make one a bit smaller to try and get the symmetry balanced. And what I say to people, look, I'm trying to make it balanced, and I'm trying to make it look better, but there may always be some asymmetry. And the thing is, everyone's got asymmetry. Everyone's got a degree of asymmetry. So, you know, there may still be some asymmetry, and we just try, and that's experience, and that's, you know, surgeons, you know, surgeon's ability, I guess, trying to make the symmetry as good as possible. But it's not actually measured. Symmetry is not measured. Would you do an uplifted implants at the same time? Yes, I would. And so you're right to ask the question, because some people don't. And the thing about an uplift with implants, actually talking about that scar, you probably need a smaller horizontal scar with an uplifted implants, because the scar is there to tighten the skin. So if you're having an uplift, then if you're having implants, then you're adding volume, and that volume will tighten the skin a bit. So therefore, you might remove less skin. So you're more likely to get away with a circumvertical / lollipop lift, or a shorter T if you're adding implants, than if you're just having a lift. You might have to make that scar a bit longer because you're taking more skin out for a given breast. But yes, I do it, an uplift with implants. I'm looking dapper, apparently. Thank you. That's very kind. Hi, Natalie. Rebecca, totally off topic, but do you perform gallbladder removal? If so, at what cost, please? Thank you. I could have a bash, Rebecca. I can't believe it'd be that difficult. No, I don't, Rebecca. I don't do gallbladder. That would be a general surgeon. Going on the book, Kim. Kim's given a big shout to my book, so big up, Kim, everyone. The book being, you know, the book, people. I don't have to, do I? Do I have to show you the book? All right, I'll show you the book. There's the book, people. So yeah, general surgeon sounds general, doesn't it? It sounds like they're a sort of jack of all trades, but actually a general surgeon is a specialist. General surgery is a specialty, and it's bowel. But general surgeons tend to specialize in bowel, so gallbladder and stomach and colon and things like that. There is a subspecialty of breast general surgery that does breast, but gallbladder would be a general surgeon for that. That would be the specialist you would want for that. If you have capsular contracture, do you need to replace the implant? No. Rebecca, no, you don't. This is Rebecca, people on Instagram. Rebecca's asking, if you have, well, I said it, didn't I? No, Rebecca, you can just take out the, what do you mean, Rebecca? Oh, where is she? Is she on Facebook? What do you mean? Do you need to replace the implant? No, you could just remove the implant, and you might not even need to remove the capsule, or if you might have to remove a bit of capsule. But you don't, if you don't want to have implants anymore, you don't have to put another implant back in again. You can, not replace an implant. But at the same time, if you do want an implant, you can replace the implant. So that's the question. Come back at me, Rebecca. Come back at me. Donna, hello with lots of O's. Hope you're holding up well in lockdown. When are you hoping to be operating again? 3 months to my 360, and I'm so hoping it goes ahead. Donna, operating local anesthetic wise, it's interesting. I mean, it's Donna. Positive moves. Positive moves. Things are moving. And Kim, I haven't forgotten about you on Instagram. I will answer your question about polyurethane implants. Positive moves are happening. Things are starting to get back into play. And some places are going back next month. We're looking more like July, possibly next month. I don't know. There's sort of webinars and what have you all the time talking about it, but and that will be for local anesthetic operating at the clinic. For general anesthetic operating, that will be longer, Donna, and also longer operations. We've been advised against doing longer operations. Am I doing your 360? Because 360s, mummy makeovers, we've been advised against doing that sort of thing because it's a long op. So I don't want to I don't want to rain on your parade there, Donna, but I think it's going to be, well, it might be 3 months before we're starting operating, but the problem is if we start operating in 3 months, then if you're booked in for 3 months, we'll have to do the backlog. So we you might get pushed back. So yeah, don't hold your breath, Donna, on that. Right, I'm gonna do Kim. Kim on Instagram, polyurethane foam coated breast implants. How are they different? Got that from your book. Nice one, Kim. Nice one. What book, Kim? You mean this one? You mean this book? Never Accept a Left from Strangers, available from all good bookshops. Well, actually, I don't know if it is available from Amazon or from my website, www.neveracceptaliftfromstrangers.com. Free. All you have to do is pay posting and packaging. What do you mean that book, Kim? So polyurethane foam implants are silicone implants. So they're the same as a sort of normal implants, which are silicone implants, but they've got a foam coating around the outside of them. And the reason they've got a foam coating, I've got poor connection on Instagram. I'm back. The reason they've got a foam coating is because the scar tissue that forms around the implant, that happens to all implants that have scar tissue forming around them, and over time that scar tissue contracts to make the implants feel hard, which is capsular contracture. So because they've got foam, the scar tissue goes into the foam, and that means that when it does contract, because it always does contract, it contracts in all different directions. So rather than forming a sheet around the implant that forms a hard implant, it contracts in different directions, and so much less likely to go hard. Capsular contracture happens a lot later on with polyurethane implants, so in that respect they last a lot longer. There are bad things about them. They're more expensive than silicone implants. They feel a bit firmer than silicone implants because that scar tissue grows into the foam. And also there's that ALCL, which I don't know if you've heard of. I don't know if it was out when I wrote my book. God, do I talk about ALCL in the book? I should know this. Maybe I don't. Well, actually, it's not really about breast implants. I don't know. Anyway, ALCL is a type of a type of cancer, not breast cancer. Who said that? Who said breast cancer? It wasn't me. It's a type of cancer of the capsule. It's a lymphoma of the capsule. It's very rare, but it seems to be related to roughness of the implants. And polyurethane implants are very rough. So the other end of the spectrum is smooth implants, which have got a lower rate of capsular contracture, but they are less likely to give you ALCL. And sort of somewhere in the middle is textured silicone implants. So yeah, that's polyurethane implants for you, Jim. Joe is back at me. Oh no, it wasn't Joe who was supposed to get back at me. Who was supposed to get back at me? Rebecca. No. Yeah, Rebecca Barrett. Okay. Anyway, Joe, I had 2 lots of Aqualyx injections under my chin, but now have a little bit of loose skin. What procedure would tighten up chin skin? Also, do you do buccal fat removal at the same time? So, Joe, facial aesthetics not my bag. It's not my specialty. I'm breast and body guy, but I'll have a bash at answering your question. And this identifies the problem of removing fat. So whether it be by dissolving it or by sucking it out or losing weight, any way you remove fat. One of the problems, if the skin doesn't recoil, you're left with redundant skin. And that's one of the problems doing liposuction to the tummy. I know I'm talking about a different thing, but same with the chin or same with the the chest, or that's why we don't do breast reduction by liposuction, because it would give you a very droopy breast. So that is the problem. So how can you tighten skin under the chin? Well, it depends on how much tightening you need. So if you need a lot of tightening, then you can pull it tight, and that will be a full facelift, which will tighten the neck. You might say, hold on a minute, I don't need that. I don't need a full one. Well, there might be things which will give you a more subtle result, and certainly things like radio frequency, and there are non-surgical things that you can apply that report to cause some degree of skin tightening. So that would probably be yeah, that's probably what I'd be looking at, non-surgical ways. But if you were having a facelift and you wanted buccal fat removal, yes, I guess you could have that done at the same time. But as I say, it's not really my thing, and it would really be if you're having a full facelift to tighten the skin of your chin, Joe. So hope I blanked my way through that. Donna, I had a black tattoo lasered from in my inside wrist. It is possible. There you go. So that person who had the tattoo, it's possible. Sherilyn, you're getting a nice tan. Am I? Am I getting a tan? I haven't been out that much, Sharon, to be honest with you. I haven't been out. You know what, Sharon? I haven't been out today. I haven't had my walk. Pip, I have a question, please. Do you use micro air lipo as your standard machine? Yes, I do, Pip. Yes, I do, ma'am. Yep. So good use of the term micro air. So yeah, that's a power assisted liposuction, sort of goes backwards and forwards. Don't worry about the 3. Okay, I won't worry about the 3. I've forgotten about it already, but you just reminded me. Angela, what is Aqualyx? Oh, Joe, fat dissolving. Right, okay. There you go, Angela. Yeah, I don't know much about it, to be honest, Angela, but Joe knows about it. This is good, isn't it? Right. So maybe I don't need to answer these questions. Oh, right, I just didn't know that's what it was called, the fat dissolving. Yeah. Ooh, what's that book about? What's the book about? It's about choosing a plastic surgeon. It's how to choose a plastic surgeon, how to choose the best plastic surgeon for your cosmetic breast surgery. Never accept a lift from strangers, written by yours truly. He is a published author, this guy right here. Right, what's going on? Instagram's kicking off. Dare I pick it up? I'm picking it up. Oh God, it's all hot. Hope my battery lasts. Hold on a minute. What's happened? Yes, that book. Do you offer, Douglas, do you offer hybrid surgery, smaller implant fat transfer? Maybe your audience may like to understand the benefits. That's what we want to see, Douglas. A little bit of industry input there. Nice, thanks for that. Do I offer it? Yes, I would offer it. So what the question is, hybrid, they call it hybrid. So basically it's an implant with fat grafting, and it's a technique that some people talk about. And on paper, on principle, it's a nice idea, and it's giving an extra layer of cover over the implant. So particularly useful if maybe it's the sort of person you are thinking of possibly putting the implants under the muscle, but you don't want the risks of putting it under the muscle, because there's bad things about putting it under the muscle. So you might say, look, I'm worried I'm going to see the implants, I'm worried I'm going to feel the implants. So what you can do is put the implants in and then do fat grafting over the top to give it an extra layer of cover. And in principle, that's a great idea. And if I was working in the NHS, I think, and when I was working in the NHS, I did a lot of fat grafting to enhance breasts and add volume. Now I work privately, I do less, and the reason I do less now that I'm working privately is because I found in my hands the results of fat grafting are very subtle, and the procedure of fat grafting is quite expensive, and so it's hard to justify that to patients. So, and I feel that the benefit that you get by using implants plus fat graft is marginal, and so I would offer it as a service because I do implants and I do fat grafting, but it is not a thing that I do, and it's not something that I advertise. Hey, we do hybrid fat grafting where we, do hybrid surgery where we do implants and fat graft over the top, because I feel that it's difficult to justify the extra costs, because fat grafting is quite expensive, and again, in my hands, the results are quite subtle. You don't get a huge amount of volume. By definition, it's going to be helpful in someone who's very slim. So that's the sort of person who's going to be very helpful with, because you're worried you're going to be able to see the implants. If they weren't slim, you wouldn't need to consider it. So by definition, they're slim, and therefore they haven't got a huge amount of areas to take the fat from. And so I don't find that it's something that I've had a need for. I've probably done it in my career twice. that I can think of. So, you know, definitely single figures, low single figures, just to give a bit of extra volume, just because people have asked for it specifically. But I found it to not necessarily deliver the value that is required. And interestingly, when I have put implants, sometimes I've thought, so first thing I would probably think of is putting them under the muscle, which is sort of the standard way of covering it. But I accept there are risks with putting them under the muscle. And sometimes you get people who don't want them under the muscle, so you put them on top of the muscle. I think, oh God, I'm going to see these, I'm going to feel these. And certain types of implants are less prone to rippling. And so if you've got an implant that's perhaps less prone to rippling, and you might get away with putting it on top of the muscle. Now, if you don't get away with putting it on top of the muscle, I think it'd be perfectly reasonable then to do some fat grafting over the top of the implant. And that is a technique you can do if people have got ripples or problems with implants. You can fat graft over the top, which is doing it after the event. But doing it with the implant is not something that I've found a need for, and I don't think it offers enough value for money because of the cost. But I think it's a great idea. I think in principle, someone goes and talks about it in a meeting, shows up, great idea. Can't fault it as an idea. And if money was no object, I think, yeah, it'd be a nice idea to give a bit of fat over the top, to give a bit of extra fullness. Chelsea, not a surgery question, but what do you think about surgeons that get influencers to support their name, advertise for them? Would a good surgeon need such support? Chelsea, can you do that? I didn't know you could do that. You mean I don't have to do this all myself? I can get someone to just do it for me. Hey guys, I can get people. What do I think about influence? Get surgeons that get influencers to support their name, to advertise for them. Do you know what? I'll be brutally honest with you, Chelsea. I didn't know this sort of thing existed. I thought I was an influencer myself. So maybe I'll get surgeons approaching me to promote them. Would a good surgeon need such support? You know what, Chelsea? I think that all surgeons need support. I think all surgeons could do with support and more exposure and more getting their name out. I think we're all happy to get our name out, and I think good surgeons and bad surgeons need it. I don't think you're necessarily a bad surgeon if you go to someone and ask them to support you. It's a tricky one, that, Chelsea. So, I mean, it comes back to sort of cosmetic surgery advertising, which is a bit of a thorny subject. And a lot of people say, oh, I shouldn't advertise and all this. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think there's a problem. I think advertising means getting your message out. And if you've got a good message, if you're a good person, if you treat people ethically, then I think it's okay to get your message out and to do stuff like this. You know, you could say, why is he doing stuff like this? Why is he not a good surgeon? Is he not? Well, I'm just trying to get the message out. I'm just trying to get the message out of a book. You know, about, I mean, I'm not done this to be a published author, well, to be, you know, to make a career out of it. I give the book away, to be quite honest with you, but it's to get the message out and to tell people about what is involved with training and what to look for in a good surgeon. So I think it's okay for surgeons to try and get their message out. And I don't know, I'd have to look at the particular incidents, Chelsea, about these people getting influence to support their name. I mean, I'm guessing maybe a surgeon's operated on someone who's an influencer, and then that person says that's a good surgeon, which I guess is fair enough, isn't it? I think you're implying they've paid someone to sort of say they're good, which I guess is a bit murky. Who knows what goes on out there, Chelsea? Who knows? I certainly don't. But interesting one, that, Chelsea. You got me thinking on that, and I don't know if I've formulated a good enough answer, but like anything in life, oh, she's come back. I know a surgeon from London does so. Whoa, woo-hoo. Okay. I'll be an influencer. Go buy his book, as it's brilliant. Don't, Kim, because Chelsea's against this sort of thing. We can't have surgeons using influencers. Chelsea, I don't think in itself it's necessarily an evilly bad thing. I don't think just because I don't know what the circumstances of this are, but if there's a surgeon who's got an influencer, which I mean someone with a social media following who's saying good things about them, I think we're all happy for people to say good things about me. I'd be very happy if someone said something good about me. I'd have no problems with that. If someone decided, I mean, Kim's right up there. Kim's an influencer. Kim's saying good things about me. So I don't think it necessarily means you're a bad surgeon. Can you actually Instagram? Can you see all my? You can see all my bits of paper here, can't you? All right, I've got to make out I've got a clear desk. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, got a clear desk. Yeah, just put it to the side. God, you got me sweating there, Chelsea. I'm not sure about that. I thank you for the question. That was a good one. That was a good one on Instagram, wasn't it? It's Chelsea, that was. Ooh, what is going on? Thank you, Rebecca. To be honest with you, Rebecca, I can't remember what your question was, but you're very welcome. And then that's Rebecca P. Rebecca B, right back at me. I had a quote, and they told me I need to replace the implant for some reason. Right, Rebecca B. That was the do you need to replace your implants for capsulectomy? Rebecca, they might not have understood. To be honest with you, you can definitely have you don't have to have your implants replaced. If you've got a capsular contracture and you want to have your implants, you want to get rid of your implants, just have them removed. You don't have to have them replaced. I suspect what's happened here is the person who's giving you the quote hasn't understood what your question is, has just looked at the list, and the list says capsulectomy and removal, capsulectomy and replacement of implants. So go back to them, Rebecca. Go back to them. You don't have to have them replaced. If you don't want them, get rid. Kim, it's an eye-opener. It's helping you research your surgeon. The book we're talking about there, which has gone somewhere. It's gone underneath my pile of papers. Sherilyn, do you do gastric sleeve? Oh, I'm losing business, guys. Don't do gastric sleeve. I don't do that. I don't do appendix. Not appendix. What was it? Gallbladder. Sherilyn, I've got to disappoint you. I don't do that's general again. It's general surgeons. They're called bariatric surgeons, but it's a subspecialty general surgery. It's bowel again, Sherilyn. We do tummy tucks, but we're not bowel. We don't go into the bowel. We stay outside the bowel. We're superficial surgeons. We're soft tissue surgeons. We don't get into body cavities. Donna, waited 32 years. I can wait a bit longer. Well, you might have to wait a little bit longer, Donna. Yeah, sorry about that. You might have to wait a bit longer. Is boobs and thigh a long operation, Olivia? Yes, it is a long operation. So it's one that's not going to be encouraged, Olivia. We're not supposed to do long operations, and boobs and thighs is a long one. Awesome. I'm not sure why Donna's saying awesome. What's happened down here? Jackie Cry, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jackie? You're swelling the numbers. You're swelling the numbers. You're on Facebook and Instagram. I'm not knocking it. Guys, everyone, do it on both. Let's get the numbers up. Douglas, you should refer and ask the surgeon for a fee. Eh? Yeah. What? This is the influencer thing, is it? Yeah. Yeah, God knows what goes on out there, Douglas. You probably know better than me. I don't know. I don't know what goes on. Not great connection, but better than last week. Was it? It was fine by me, but sorry about that. Sorry if it's not a good connection. Is it better on? Oh, gastric. Oh, sorry, Douglas. Yeah, I should refer, shouldn't I? I should refer and get. Yeah, I should. I tell you what, Sherilyn, and who asked for the gallbladder? You guys, what I would do, my recommendation would be to contact your local private hospital. They'll know good people. I don't know where you live. Can't find. But anyway, gallbladder and things like that. Yeah, I don't. Oh, you're right, Douglas. I should. Oh God, we've got waves coming on. Waves coming in left, right, and centre. You're right. I should refer. Jonathan Brito, good to see you, Jonathan. Listen, Jonathan, I want you to take some notes. This is how it's done, okay? Watch and learn. Watch and learn. Right, okay. He's holding it together. He's holding it together. So not a very. So I'm sorry about the poor connection, but there you go. I can only apologise. I don't know if it's better on Instagram. I'm looking over here because it's Facebook as well, because I'm multitasking. Rebecca, what's the rough price for Uplift and to fix CC? Sorry for so many questions. Haha. So Rebecca, if you're having your implants out, so when you've got a capsular contracture and you have to remove the capsule, that's quite a big job, and that makes it quite expensive. So a capsulectomy is quite an expensive operation. Now, it depends on how hard your capsule is to how much of the capsule you have to remove if you're not having your implants put back in again. So if you're having implants put back in again, you'd probably want a capsulectomy, some kind of capsulectomy, maybe total, maybe the whole lot, maybe not all of it, maybe most of it. I mean, but basically you'd have to have, it's a bit of a job, removing that capsule. So that makes it expensive. Now, if you're not replacing the implants, unless there's really sort of rock hard pieces of capsule, you can actually leave the capsule, and that makes it a much lower operation. And actually, if you have an removal of implants, so what we're talking about is a removal of implants and an uplift, that might in itself fix this capsular contracture without doing a capsulectomy. So that might just be along the lines of an uplift price, maybe a little bit more. Ask me what an uplift price is, no idea. Anyone know? Is it about £5,000? Is it? I don't know. Does anyone know what an uplift costs? Sorry, £5,000-6,000, I'm guessing. Sorry, I don't know the prices. Sorry, Rebecca. You can you go to the website, get on my website and say request a quote, and you'll get an email with the prices on it. But I don't know what the price exactly is of an uplift. But anyway, so you're in that ballpark if you haven't got a really rock solid capsule that's going to have to be removed. So that would make it cheaper if you're not replacing the implants. If you're having a change of implants, capsulectomy and a lift, that's a bit of a bigger operation. Terry says it's more than that. Terry, oh sorry Terry, is it more than that? I shouldn't say, should I? I shouldn't even guess because I'm misleading people. It's more than that, people. Sorry about that. I don't know what it is. I don't know the price of an uplift. Sorry. But anyway, it will be about that price, and certainly a capsulectomy will be a lot more than that. A capsulectomy does bring the price up quite a lot. So yeah, nailed that one. Natalie, I'm a little bit concerned that the clinic that I'm booked with have no update at all. They have advised that no guidance has changed for them, with them being private and not part of the NHS, and can't give me any idea of when they will reopen. Should I be getting worried? Cosmetic surgery only clinic, and they have their own hospital. No, Natalie, I wouldn't necessarily get worried about that. But no, to be honest with you, Natalie, yeah, the problem is the government have got a huge amount of businesses to sort out, you know, and they're not going to be too specific about any one business. So I think it's up to us to make sure we're operating within the standards and safety of distancing and face masks and what have you. I guess I don't think you should be necessarily concerned because they haven't given you an update, but I think you should be concerned if you've asked them and they're not helpful. You know, if you've asked them and they're saying, look, we're waiting for government guidance and we you know, it's all a moving feast at the moment, then fine. But if you've asked them and they're not helpful, then I'd be concerned. But I think the fact that they haven't been concrete about it, I wouldn't be too worried, because I think it's hard for us to be concrete. And I know some people are like early June and some people are July. And I've got to be honest with you, I'm a bit fluid, you know, I'm like mid-July, but maybe it will be sooner. We got a lot of processes and policies that we can put into place, and maybe that will be as safe then as it will in mid-July. So maybe we'll try and do it sooner. You know, so I'm being a bit really wishy-washy myself, to be honest. So I wouldn't be concerned if they're not, you know, not solid on it, because I think a lot of us are a little bit unsure, to be honest with you, and we're just trying to get some. I mean, we're getting guidance from our professional associations, which have been guiding us, giving us policies. You know, we're working with the CQC so that we're safe and what have you, and I'm sure they'll be doing that as well, because I'm sure even if it's a cosmetic surgery only clinic, they'll be regulated by the CQC. And I spoke with the CQC today, and they, you know, so we need to make sure we've got processes in place, and I'm sure they're doing that. So I won't be too worried, Natalie. I'm sure they're working hard to get things right. I would be worried if they're not helpful when you phone them, but if they're not entirely sure when you phone them or when you contact them, I won't be too worried, because I think it is a bit of the goalposts are moving a bit on a regular basis. So what type of lighter implants do you do? I have thin skin which stretches easily. I'm worried if I have a lift and implant, it will stretch again. Giorgio's in the house. Hi, Giorgio. Nice to see you. Wave right back at you. Oh, I've got a little one on Instagram. I don't know what that means, but I'm not going to press it because it can only mean bad things happening. So if is that a question? What is that? Maybe I'll look at that in a minute. So I'm looking at two places because there's Instagram there and Facebook there. So what kind of lighter implants did I do? To be honest with you, Joe, I only know of one type of lighter implants, and that's B-light implants. I don't think there's another type. I think that's the one. So yeah, I mean, that is the worry, that if you, I mean, yes, B-lights will be good because they give you less weight, but also you've got to think of the size of the implant, Joe. You don't want to go like really big implant. And if you're worried about stretching the skin, what about just having a lift? I worry if I have a lift and implant, I'll stretch the skin. So just have a lift, Joe. Crazy idea there. That's a really light implant. That weighs 0. Obviously, if you want to be bigger, then that's not so good. But you know, it's something to consider. The lift would make the shape better, but you might, you know, I don't know, you might not be happy. Tricky one, Kim. Can I do Kim's? Let's do Sherilyn. Sherilyn, if you do gastric sleeve, how much is the BMI? I don't do gastric sleeve. What does a BMI have to be for gastric sleeve if you do it? Nice, Sherilyn. I see what you've done there. You've done 2 comments similar with a similar question. Getting the comment up. I like it. Get the comment count up. Can we all just, if you've got a question, can you put it in and then put it slightly different way underneath just to get the comment count up? Love it. Love it. That's what we want to see. Come on Instagram. Let's get some multiple comments in like that. I don't know, Sherilyn. I know it's different for the NHS than it is for the private, and it has to be like really high for the NHS, but not so high for the private. I don't know, Sherilyn. Oh, here we go. Olivia. There, that's what we need. Olivia's answered. 30. Oh no, that's Pip. What's happened? 30 is the top, I think. No, Olivia. She's talking about a gastric sleeve. So this is for people who you want a gastric sleeve, I think, Sherilyn. No, I don't do gastric sleeve. I'm over here. I've got a wave. So this is a different thing. 30 is if you're having like a tummy tuck or something. So gastric sleeve, you have to have a high BMI in order to qualify for a gastric sleeve because it's a weight loss operation. Sherilyn, I've already got in trouble guessing on the price of a lift question, so I'm not going to guess this. I don't know, Sherilyn. Full disclosure, I don't know what your BMI has to be for a gastric sleeve. I'm just not even going to guess. I'm not going to go there. Sorry, Sherilyn. So it's a local private hospital thing. Ring them and they'll have bariatric surgeons there and they'll be able to help. Do you perform reconstructive eyelid surgery? Hi, Maria. No. No, I don't, Maria. I don't dabble in the eyes, Maria. I keep to the breast and body. I don't know what you mean by reconstructive. Does that mean you've had surgery and you've got a problem? That's what I'm thinking, or reconstructive. But it doesn't really matter because I don't do it anyway. So no, Maria, I don't do eyelids. But look at your profile photo. Your eyelids look great. But no, sorry, Maria. But you look for a facial guy. We've got Kuram Khan who works in the clinic. He's a facial guy. He does eyelids. He might be able to help, but he's not here now, unfortunately. Sorry, Maria. You can always drop us an email or something if you want, and we can ask him to get back to you. Right. I've got a question there. Pip, just one more. Do you perform stainless TTs, please? And or uplift? Thanks. Stainless? Is that a typo? Stainless? Painless? What? Stainless? Do you mean painless? Is that a typo? Stainless tummy tucks and or uplift? Surely it's not stainless. Is there another? Have you updated that, Pip? Stainless? I don't think I do stainless tummy tucks. No. Or uplifts. Do you mean painless? I try and make them painless, but there is some pain involved. So I'm not even sure if I do painless ones either. I mean, I try and make it as painless as possible. But sorry, Pep. I'm thinking stainless is a typo. If it isn't a typo, and if I get off here and Google that there's a big craze coming about of stainless surgery that I've missed, I'm going to feel such a fool because I'm sorry, Pip. I don't know what a stainless tummy tuck is or a stainless uplift. So come back at me, Pip. Come back at me if you want. Sherilyn, thank you. Olivia, thank you. I do believe JJ doesn't do gastric sleeve either. Well, Olivia doesn't believe it either. No, I don't believe it either, Olivia. You'll be my influencer. Thank you. Julia, I have to agree with you, JJ. I've seen many bad tactics from other groups with bad surgeons. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Well, here we go. There are oh my God, you're frightening me now, Julia. There are trolls that are paid to influence clients and they make money for every client they put forward. These are mainly for surgery abroad. Oh my God, are we getting into stuff? I don't know if I want to get into this. Okay. It's frightening, isn't it? I mean, it is frightening. I'm frightened just reading that. Ooh, trolls that pay to, the whole concept of the troll thing and all that. Oh God, this is what. Ooh. Natalie, is an uplift and implants a long operation? Well, in terms of operations, yes, it is a long operation. In that it's about 3 hours or so. In terms of what I was saying earlier about the fact that we're not supposed to be doing long operations in terms of the coronavirus, I think it would fall on the okay side. I think it'd be okay to do an uplift with implants. It's not that long. The real operations that we're being advised against is the combination, like um, tummy tuck and a lift, or a breast and a tummy operation, mummy makeover type thing. Sorry, there was a Turkish question. How to check if a Turkish surgeon has the relevant qualifications? Kim, you are on fire tonight, because Kim has got this, people. All right. So that's the difference between you and Kim. All right. You haven't got that. Kim's got that. All right. That is the difference. So Kim has got all the right questions. So Kim, big up yourself. I wish I could like your comment. She's on Instagram, BTW. That's the problem, Kim. And that's one of the problems with the overseas. One of the problems with overseas is it's overseas. It's a long way away, no matter where it is. Nothing, nothing against Turkey or whatever country. Let's not get into trouble and mention country. Well, not it is, whatever country. And so it's just an issue, because that's why I say to people, go close to home, number one. But number two is the qualifications of the surgeon. Now, there's no question there are good surgeons in Turkey and there are bad surgeons in Turkey, and there are good surgeons in the UK and bad surgeons in the UK. So there are good surgeons in Turkey. It's not like all surgeons in one country are bad. The problem is, how do you tell the qualifications? I can say to you right now, FRCS Plast, I can't see very easy, but anyway, put that book down. FRCS Plast means you're fully trained in plastic surgery in the UK, member of Barbs and BAPLAS, the Plastic Surgery Associations, and you look on the GMC to look for someone on the specialist register. These are ways you can check someone's fully trained in the UK. In other countries, I don't know how you check in other countries. Well, I don't know what the equivalent. I know America's got board certified. You hear the Americans talk about that a lot. That's the equivalent in America, board certification. Probably Turkey has it. I guess they have the equivalent sort of training, but I don't know, Kim. So I guess if you are looking at having surgery in Turkey, you've got to research this and look for the equivalent training and professional bodies in Turkey, plastic surgery. I'm sure they'll have a Turkish Association of Plastic Surgeons, TAPS. You can research TAPS or whatever. But you look for the plastic surgery associations, look for the equivalent sort of training. But I don't know. Is the problem? Is the issue one of them? How common is it to get people wanting you to fix other surgeons' work? It's not that common, Kim. It's not that common, because I've got to be honest with you, Kim. Despite popular opinion, plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery has got a high satisfaction rate. And people say, oh, you go overseas and it's all bad and all this and all that. Most people will be okay. And that is in a way one of the problems why there's so many people who do it and so many people aren't fully trained and what have you, because actually it's got a high satisfaction rate, it's got a low complication rate. So there is not a huge number of people with complications and what have you. The problem is if it doesn't go very well, or if you have a problem not quite right, and often it's not necessarily a raging bad complication, it's just a subtle thing that's not quite right. The problem is if the surgeon's not looking after you properly, and that's something that I think we need to make sure that we're doing. We're looking after people properly and we're giving them the best result possible. And I do see people who've perhaps not got a bad result, to be quite frank, but they're very unhappy and they're really adamant that the surgeon's terrible and it's all gone really bad. And actually, you look at the result and think, you know what, it's within limits. But I think what's happened is they haven't been looked after very well, and I think that can really escalate a minor thing into, oh, they didn't answer my call and they fobbed me off and they said it was okay and I find that I think that's where some people, I won't say a lot, some people may fall down. Some surgeons, some clinics might fall down if they don't look after people properly, and that can really get people to really hate their result. And actually look at it from a surgical point of view, it's there or thereabouts. There might be some little bits and bobs that can be done. Yeah, sorry. You got me going off now. I'm going off on one. Someone hold me down. Right, I want to come to you, but I'm 2.5 hours away. Would you be willing? Kim, why are we saying, and I say this to people who are 2.5 hours away, just like people who want to go to Turkey. I say, look, don't go to Turkey. Have it near where you live. If you live in Turkey, then have it in Turkey by all means. You know, wherever you live. Where do you live, Kim? Where do you live? What part? Because wherever you live, I bet there's good plastic surgeons where you live. Go on, put where you live, and I'll see if I know someone. Anyway, wherever you live, there's probably a good one. So I would go with someone locally. I'll be very happy to see you, Kim. You know, I'm not going to say to you, I'm going to don't see you, but I will say to you, Bridgend, um, Bridgend. So where okay, where's Bridgend? Where? Um, so where's that? Where's the big city near Bridgend, Kim? I mean, is that like Is that Newport? South Wales. Is it Newport, South Wales? Is it? Right. Well, there's loads. Come on, Kim. Have a word with yourself. Kim, there's loads of good ones. I used to work in Swansea. Any of the guys in Swansea. There's Anthony McQuillan. He's at Newport. There's Hugh, Hiew, Mr. Hugh. Fantastic guy. I think he works in Cardiff. All the people in Swansea. Swansea's a fantastic unit. I know Anthony McQuillan well. He's in Newport and Bristol. So go with one of those guys. I mean, I'm happy to see you, Kim. Don't get me wrong. I'm not looking to turn away business, but go local. I practice what I preach. I tell people not to go away, and I tell people who come want to see me from far away to go and see someone locally. Look for someone. There's lots of good plastic surgeons around Bridgend, Kim. But you know, if you want to come, you can. You're welcome to come. But yeah. Oh, right. Where are we going? Where are we going? What's happened? What's happened on Facebook? What have I missed? What have I missed? Is an uplift and implant a long operation? The BMI for an NHS, here we go, has to be 40 BMI or above. If you go private, it could be any BMI. I had a sleeve. There you go, Julia. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. It has to be 40 or above if you're in the NHS. Private, I'm not sure about any BMI. Is it any BMI? Anyway, so that's the BMI criteria for a gastric sleeve, people. You heard it here. Lol, I was thinking the other way. What is the BMI of the life of plastic surgery? I had a sleeve too, but yeah, you were thinking the other way, Olivia. It's got to be high for a sleeve, and it's got to be low for a cosmetic procedure. Natalie, thank you. Hope you don't mind PM me away. Okay, everyone's fine. Carry on. No worries. Thank you. Does she mean drainless? Drainless, drainless, not stainless, Joe. I was thinking painless, drainless. Drainless tummy tuck and uplift. Right. Drainless uplift, yes. Drainless tummy tuck, no. I do drains for tummy tuck. I've got a blog post about that. Not that there's anything wrong with drains. I mean, with not drains. But I like to use drains still in tummy tucks. It's one of the few operations I use drains. Breast reductions, I'm using them less, but for bigger breast reductions, I do sometimes use them. But I do like that suction drain to reduce the dead space, reduce the risk of seroma. And I know people who use drainless say they've got a low rate of seroma, but I've got an almost zero rate of seroma. So even a low rate of seroma is going to be higher than mine. So and it's not the seroma's that bad, it's just a bit of a nuisance. But I understand people don't like drains. So drains are, and I would like to use, and what I've started to do is actually quilt it. And I think quilting might be the way forward. So there's much less in the drains. So I might go drainless if I'm getting less and less in my drains with the quilting, because initially people were using glue and I didn't like the glue quite so much because I thought they could, if you coughed or moved immediately after surgery, I envisaged that glue could shear. So I didn't quite embrace the glue, but quilting, so maybe. So drainless tummy tuck, I'm moving that way, but I'm still drain at the moment. Drainless lifts, yes, I do drainless. Thank you for that. Drainless, God, why did I think of that? Painless, God. What's happened here? What's gone on here? Bridgend, South Wales. I want a best uplift, but don't want implants. Can that be done? And I'm in Bristol. Of course it can, Jane. Of course it can. A best uplift. Definitely, that's a great option. You know, an uplift without implants. Yeah, and if people are on the fence between having implants or not, I would say, look, just have a lift. And yeah, go for Bristol. Go for Anthony McQuillan in Bristol. And again, there's a big plastics unit in Bristol. There's loads of plastic surgeons in Bristol. So right. Thank you, made me happy. What's going on? Does she mean drainless? Thank you, made me happy. I'm not sure what that made me happy. I don't know what have you. I'm glad I made you happy. And I think I've got your book too. I know you have, Olivia. Sherry, the great question about Turkey surgeons. Yeah, good question. Well done. That was Instagram. Well done, Instagram. Oh, Instagram. I've got 1 minute 51 remaining. So what I've got to do on Instagram is I've got to turn it off and on again. So I'm going to turn it off and on again in 1 minute 42. Sounds plausible. Giorgio, it sounds like we can reopen clinics. Giorgio, you double your Instagram and Facebook, getting the numbers up. Loving it. Keep up the good work. Sounds like we can reopen clinics but not book theatres. Yeah, I mean, I think booking theatres is another matter because we're booking theatres with the hospitals, and I think they're going to not let us in for a few months. But yes, you're absolutely right. It looks like clinics are starting to reopen, and certainly if the clinic's got a local anaesthetic facility or at least a surgical facility, because some are local and sedation, then that's starting to come on board now. So it looks like it's coming, Giorgio. You're absolutely right. So clinics are starting to reopen. Olivia, to be fair, my arm lift wasn't done in Turkey. Was a job well done. I wouldn't go back though. Say no more. That's a who knows what happened in Turkey. Listen, what went on in Turkey stays in Turkey. Okay, good job. Wouldn't go back. Who knows? Sorry, breast. No, I want you. Steady. 40 seconds remaining, Jane. We're counting down with 38, 37, 36. Okay, I will go and come back in on this. Oh, here we go. My drain. What's this, Olivia? My drain after sleeve was a pain, but no prob really. Yeah, they are a pain. Stainless. Sorry, I lost connection. Yeah, Pip. Drainless. We got to drainless, Pip. We got to drainless. We worked it out. I got 15 seconds on. Oh my god, my phone is really hot. It's ended. Oh geez, what do? Download? Oh god. Share to dear, oh dear. Okay. I've got a title. Live Q and this ain't so good, is it? Sorry. Live Q&A with JJ. I'm just going to post it like that. I don't know. IGTV video. Right. My video's uploading. Oh, just took a photo. Social media influencer? I don't think so. Checking in for connection. We're now live back in the room. Right. Don't know what happened there. Yeah, drainless. Good night. Oh, it ended on Instagram. I'm back, Kim. I'm back. Kim, don't go. Kim, I haven't started my questions yet. I'm back. Terry's back. Look, everyone's back. Come back. Everyone's, God, you're so fickle. I turned on my back for 5 minutes and everyone's gone. Oh, no, they're coming back. All right. Thank you. All right. Everyone's coming back. How do you wave? I've seen things on Instagram, but I didn't know that you could wave. Everyone's waving. Right, guys. Yeah, you got an hour limit on Instagram, you see. So it has to come off. Right, listen, let's do this. Come on, we've got a question here, people. Outie belly button, which I've been self-conscious about for a while. Do you do an inner belly button surgery? Yes, we do. Yes, we do an inner belly button surgery. So something being done at a local anesthetic. Good news at the moment, because the local anesthetic stuff's going to be coming back sooner than the general anesthetic. Injection around the belly button, and question of bringing that belly button in from an out. Little scar at the sort of entrance to the belly button. So hopefully it might be a bit obvious to start off with. Well, not hopefully it's a bit obvious, but it will be a bit obvious to start off with. But then it'll fade over time, and usually fades pretty well. And yeah, trying to bring that belly button down. So that is something that can be done, turning an outie to an innie. And we can do that at the clinic. And yeah, I'm going to wave right at you. So yeah, yep. So what about this one? Oh God, what have I done? Oh, I've turned it round. Oh God. Okay, there I am. Hello. Okay, I've turned the screen round. Don't worry, guys. I'm just going to turn it back. There you go. It's not obvious, is it, how to use this? Can you? Oh, I've got. What have I got? Oh God. I'm 40. Can I just do? I'll take that one off a minute because I'm going to lose this. I had 47. I'm 47. Had 3 children. Oldest 28 and youngest 13. Still get a little breast milk. I know it's weird, but can a uplift still be done? And will it kind of get rid of my stretch marks? Yes, definitely it can still be done. There's absolutely no problem with doing an uplift. And it might make you less likely to get milk because it might disrupt the milk ducts. That's one of the normally a bad thing about breast lift, that if you have a breast lift and then you went on to have children, it might affect your ability to breastfeed. Not definitely, but it might. So that's that might be a positive thing in your case if that's an unwelcome thing that's happening. And will it get rid of my stretch marks? What you'd have to do is you have to look at the markings of a breast lift, and the surgeon would be able to give you an idea of where the markings, because the skin in the lower breast and a little bit above the nipple is removed, but the skin here and here is not removed. So if your stretch marks are here and here, you would still have them, but if you've got stretch marks in the lower part, then you wouldn't. Most people don't like the stretch marks in the upper part. If there are stretch marks in the lower breast, you're probably not as bothered by them. So if you have got stretch marks in the upper part, you know, they're probably going to stay, to be honest with you, to be brutally honest. So they are going to stay. So well, as I say, it will get rid of quite a lot of skin, but a lot of the skin in the upper part will be the same skin that you have now. And if there's stretch marks there, it will still be there. Hi, just thought I'd check you out on Insta too. Well, here I am. What do you think? This is the Insta version. Is that during a tummy tuck, the belly button? No, although you could do it during a tummy tuck. I think that was just someone who's got an outie belly button who wants an innie. But yeah, you could definitely do it if it'd be easy to do during a tummy tuck. But yeah, it's I think that's just a normal question. Breast lift. I want a tummy tuck. When can I come see you? Well, what we're doing, Rosie, is we're doing virtual consultations. So you start off with a free 15-minute consultation. Book it online, book it on Facebook, book it on the website, online booking, book yourself in, have a chat, no problems. You want to move on? Next, virtual consultation. Share the screen, bit longer, pay for that one. So the first one's free. Talk about what's available, you know, what's possible, before and after photos and what have you. At some point, I'll have to examine you. So we will have to get to the clinic at some point, but we're trying to minimize face-to-face consultations. And as I said, we're looking at July. But as Georgia was saying, a lot of people are going earlier, a lot of people are going June and things. So whether we bring that forward, I don't know. The moment we're mid-July, but you know, we'll take advice on it, and if we open sooner, then great. And then obviously that'll be an examination, and then we'll be looking at surgery, which will be probably a few months. I can't be more specific than that because we'll be beholden to the hospitals as to when they can give us slots. And yeah, so it'll be a few months before surgery, so I guess there's no rush. But you could always book a free chat on the phone. Well, we're having it now, aren't we? But you know, if that's helpful. Hope that's helpful, Rosie. Kinshi's here. Kinshi 19's here. Nice to see you. Need to book in. Pip, do you tuck the belly button in when you do a tummy tuck? Tuck the belly button in. If it's not tucked in, Natalie says it looks loads better on Instagram. Natalie, don't say that. I've got a proper webcam here. This is just my phone. Does it look better on Instagram? It's a bit dark, isn't it, on Facebook? I'll be honest. I've got all my lights on, but I've got to be honest with you. It is a bit dark. Does it look better? That's a bit depressing, isn't it? Giorgio's back. Good to see you, Giorgio. Hope you're all right. Oh, that's a bit depressing. Do you tuck the belly button in when you do a tummy tuck? What do you mean tuck the belly button in? You if it needs to be tucked in, Pip, yeah. It does look a bit dark. Now you said it, it looks a bit, how can I get the, oh, now you said that. I mean, usually it's just the same belly button that just pops up in a new piece of skin which has been pulled down. So it's usually the same belly button you got. But if you've got a problem with your belly button, if your belly button's an outie or something like that, then yeah, you could tuck it in. But that's good feedback, Natalie. Thanks. No, it's Natalie, don't be sorry. It's good feedback that it looks better on Instagram. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing the light's a bit brighter, isn't it? A bit more vibrant. And of course I can do the mask, so I'm not going to do it again because it went bad. But it's the light, isn't it? So I've got my TV here on Facebook. I was so happy on my TV. What if I put this camera in the same place as the Instagram camera? Oh, that's not good, is it? Oh God, I need to get that. Oh God. Yeah, I'll show you that. Right, that. Okay, anyway. Yeah, it does look better, Natalie. What can I say? I concur. Why you look so tan on Facebook? It's definitely your best side. What? That's my best side, is it? Okay. I don't think I look tan on Facebook, Olivia. I think it's just the light's dark. What's going on? What's going on? Kicking off. Instagram's kicking. This is when Instagram's gone in. Instagram was slow. They were just biding their time, and now look at it. It's kicking off. Are stretch marks more emphasized after a tummy tuck or breast implants? Good question. And that is something that you would think, because you're stretching the skin on both of them, but not as much as you think. Usually people having a tummy, or not usually, sometimes people are having a tummy tuck. I don't know why I said usually. It's not usually at all. But sometimes people having a tummy tuck have got stretch marks. Any stretch marks below the belly button go, but stretch marks above the belly button, this is for a full tummy tuck, remain, and they get pulled down. So you do still left with stretch marks after a tummy tuck, but I don't think they get particularly worse, or I don't think they're emphasized. Although the thing to do is we have a look at some before and afters. I've got some before and after photos I can show you, and you can make your own judgment on that. Breast implants, you would think that might cause stretch marks because you're stretching the skin. I've only got, that I can remember, 2 patients that I can remember who've got stretch marks. So it can happen. Those 2 patients it's happened for, so it's 100% for those 2, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. It doesn't happen as often as you might think it would happen. But you would think that you could potentially get stretch marks with the breast implants, but it's not as actually common as you might think. Good question. Thank you. It's not dark. It's not dark on Instagram, Jane, but you should have a look on Facebook. It's really dark. How do you do the tummy tuck? Oh my Lord, Danielle, how do you do the tummy tuck? You expect me to tell you? Then you go and do tummy tucks yourself? Start taking the work. I'm not going to give away the secrets, Danielle. No, I'll tell you. You just take a big bit of skin from the lower abdomen, basically. Cut a big bit of skin out from the belly button down to the pubic area. Bigger lips. Undermine up to the rib cage. Tunnel. Stitch the muscles together. Bob's your uncle. Simple as that, Danielle. Who'd have thought? But don't tell anyone, because they'll think it's easy. How long recovery for a breast uplift? Most things, a couple of week or 2 healing. Quite a lot of scars with a breast uplift. Week or 2 healing. Then you're getting back into exercise, driving, walking out about and things like that. But nothing heavy. 4 to 6 weeks for heavy lifting, because you don't want to make it swell. Put strain on it. Oh, flowers in Capri. Hello. Look at that. Greetings. Ciao. Buenas noches. No. Buonanotte. No, just ciao, because buonanotte. Anyway, nice to see you. Hope you're well in Capri, everybody. Greetings from Birmingham. Sunny Birmingham. It is sunny, actually, at the moment. Right. Now, full disclosure, I'm on my last question. So, ciao. So my last question is, can you revise scars on hip bones and buttocks? I had a Brazilian butt lift procedure and have some scars. This is a question. That's not. I haven't done this. This is a question. So 2 on my hip bone, as you can see, and 1 on my back, plus 2 on the buttocks, all same size. Would scar revision be an option for me? Although subtle, they do bother me, especially the hip ones. This is another one where I asked the patient if I could show the photos, but she hasn't got back to us, so I can't really show the photos, which is a shame, because it's anyway. So hey ho, take my word for it. She's got some scars, and to be honest with you, the scars aren't that bad. They're skin colored. They're a bit stretched, a little bit indented, or at least one of them is a little bit indented, a little bit stretched, and they're not actually that bad. So I would what I've said to this person is no. I would advise against revising those scars. Scars on the trunk are never great, to be quite honest. And these are skin colored, they faded well. There's a lot of good things about them. What we would try and do is try and make them less stretched, but there's a risk they could stretch again. So I just don't think it's worth it. And unfortunately, you know, a lot of people say, oh, plastic surgeons, they don't leave scars. Now, we often operate on the face. The face scars really well. And the trunk just doesn't scar quite so well. So I would probably be saying that I would accept that. And I don't know if this is a good question if I can't show you the photo of the scar, but anyway, I put it on the list. To be fair, I think I asked them to put it on the list, but anyway, let's need to know basis. But I did say, can I show the photo? I show the photo because it'd be better I could show the photo, wouldn't it? Because if I can't show the photo, I have to then explain the scar, it loses it. Anyway, well, I've got to be honest, I only had 3 questions, so I mustn't grumble. That was a third of all the questions. So, oh, here we go. Olivia, did my question from Messenger reach you? Well, obviously not, Olivia. What was it? No, unless it was one of those 3. Unless it was, can you remove a large tattoo from my wrist? Do I make an outie into an innie? And can you revise scars on the hip bones and buttocks? If it was one of those, yes, it did reach me. If it wasn't, no, it didn't. So, what's going on here? It's lovely flowers in Capri. Lovely to see you guys. Natalie, are you sure you haven't? Haven't what? Sure you haven't what? So, Olivia, what's your question? Facebook. Sorry, I didn't see it. I'll have a listen, Olivia. I'll do it next week. I'll have a look at it because I feel bad if I do it now because then it's obviously your question, which you might not want people to know, but they know now because you put that in. So let's keep this confidential. All the questions confidential, right? I never say names. Everyone says, oh, never mention names. If you want to say who you are, that's fine. Here we go. Natalie had a Brazilian butt lift. Oh God, Natalie had a Brazilian butt lift. Good on you. Are your scars all right? So I hope your scars are all right. So yeah, so that's, I'm all out of questions, full disclosure. And you know, if you've got any questions, then please do feel free to ask. I'm all at, oh, go live with, I can go live with people. I thought that was masks. I'm all ears. God, it's bright today, isn't it? I mean, the sun really is. Whoa. Yeah, that's what you want. That's better. Oh yeah, that's what you want. I mean, it's sunny out there, isn't it? I mean, oh my God, look at that. Anyway, so right. No, I haven't. I was asking if you had. Oh, if I've had a Brazilian butt lift. No, no. I was just explaining to the Italian contingency if they've just come on and think that I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about myself. I think you know that, guys. I was just asking a question for a person. It's always a bit weird when sort of family and things come on. It makes you feel a bit awkward, but it's nice. Nice to see. Oh, here we go. Olivia's got a question. It was similar to the question about stretch marks. Does the Uplift remove stretch marks on the side of boobs? Yes. Good question, Olivia. Not really. Not much. No, it's mainly from the lower part of the boobs, and this skin remains. So what you know, someone will be able to tell you on you, but no, I would expect that those stretch marks might remain if you've got stretch marks on the side. So sorry if I missed that, Olivia. I must have missed that question. I'm sorry. Live, call me out live on air. Sorry about that. I thought I'd gone through all the messenger questions before, but just shows you slipped through the net there. Oh, right. So if you've got any questions, Instagram, you've been awesome. Facebook, sorry it's so dark and dingy on Facebook. It's wonderful. It's bright over on Instagram, guys. If you've got any questions, Facebook me, Instagram me, whatever you want, get in touch. Because next week, what I'm going to be doing is a Facebook Finsta Live, Instabook Live, 7 o'clock Tuesday night. You heard it here first. So I will see you then. But right now, I'm going to check myself out. I'm going to wave at Mariana because she's waved at me. Jane has come in with a late one. Sorry, I didn't mean remove stretch marks on a breast lift, but they don't show so much. Right. Was there a question about that, Jane? Were you asking about? Right, I can't be expected to remember that far back, Jane. Anyway, it's okay, Jane. Yeah, okay. So I will check myself out. Oh God, I will check myself out now. Good evening. I mean, have a good evening. Good night. Lovely to see you all, and hopefully we can get through this, people, and we're going to come out the other side fighting, and we're going to be back before you know it. So hasta la vista, Facebook. See you next week.